recording. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Alec Griffin. As you can tell by my username, Independent Insight. Um, you can go look at my other videos. This is my first video on this channel. You can look up Alec Griffin. You can look up Alec Torres. You know, that was my name before. You can look up Independent Insight. You'll find a lot of videos. Hopefully with this face on it, and then you'll know that's me. I had to get a new phone, and you know Google's a real bastard to try to get you back into your old account. So I had to forget that account, start this one. Hopefully, start making videos again on the regular. As you can see, this is my first video, and I'm hoping it. Obviously, I'm a nobody. I'm hoping that this video can reach somebody like me because the year is 2020. It's May. Oh man, how can I not know what it is? It's May 17th or 18th. Obviously, coronavirus is going on, and all the days have blended into one. I got laid off at the beginning of this. Kind of one of the reasons I had to change my phone was I got laid off, and that's why I couldn't get into my old account. But you know, all the days have turned into weeks, have turned into months, and it seems like wow, we're in May right now, and this started back in March. So I mean, it's been like 2 solid months of just like we quarantined hard. And as we get out of quarantine forcibly, as Donald Trump has ignored coronavirus much throughout the entirety of it, downplayed it, and because of his downplaying of it, we've seen a direct result in the number of cases and the number of deaths. And even then, his supporters will still downplay that number, and they'll still say, well, that's, you know, that number's still too high. But irregardless, right, because at the end of the day, that number is actually not high enough. We're not even getting the right numbers, as most countries in the world aren't. So their numbers are a little bit higher all over the world. I will agree with that. But I'm not going to give in to the fact that our president screwed up big time. His administration has done such sketchy stuff, and I'm hoping that this video comes across to somebody who understands that I, as an independent through and through, you know, what brought me into the Democratic Party was Bernie Sanders. And I would admit that, you know, back in 2016, I was a part of the problem by not voting. I didn't vote. I played that hypothetical game with like most other people and said, you know, well, maybe it won't be so bad. You know, screw the establishment and what it represents. And we could all sit there and say, well, let's see what happens. We don't know. But now we know that it leads to like a direct result of people getting laid off and people dying. And the number will continue to grow. And our president, being who he is, will continue to like downplay that. And it's terrible. It's terrible. But that's a direct result of what we're seeing. Like, you know, the complete absence of like the rule of law in this administration. He just fired his fourth inspector general, who's an independent inspector general, who once they start investigating certain things about the Trump administration, suddenly he's crying Obama, 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 and he's firing these people, and his supporters love it. They love it because it's like, oh, he's draining out the swamp, but no, it's not. He's not doing that. It's conveniency for him. You can't drain the swamp of people who are trying to do the right thing, and that's what his supporters need to realize, is that you guys are mind washed. I'm sorry to say it, and it's not easy to hear, but many people who are thorough Trump supporters are mind washed and will harp off of anything that Fox is saying, because Trump will then say it too. It's funny, Trump is mind washed propagandist, and it's like Fox and him, they feed each other, and they've fed each other to this point where it's like it's a strong following that they have, but it's almost cult-like because it's ignoring facts, guys. Medical professionals are telling us the facts. You can't ignore science. You can't ignore, you know, I don't know how else to get that across to people when they're saying it's a Democratic hoax. So the point of this video was not just to bash on Trump, but was to also say that now more than ever, we need to coalesce, man. I would love for like there to be a third party option or something like that that would really entice me and really bring me in, something I could really fall in line with, you know, the Green New Deal, you know, Medicare for all that good stuff, you know, affordable and tuition free college. So I want all that stuff and then some, but this is the year where we have to put somebody like Joe Biden in for the simple fact that our country can't make it another 3-4 years. We really can't. And for anyone who thinks that we can, I am sorry, but you are dead wrong. You are dead wrong. Had Biden, just imagine this, because there's a hypothetical going out there. Well, what if Biden done differently? Well, he was the vice president when the CDC was built up, when the pandemic squad was created. I don't think he's going to disband that, because that was a part of his and Obama's administration. Why would you disband that? And because of that, that costed us the most time and lives. And you have a crooked crony like Trump. And I'm not saying that the Biden is scot free, but our social structure, our our ability to be around one another is on the brink because of how polarizing Trump is. Trump is a disease, and he is killing off half of our country because we are literally on that point of, it sounds crazy, but there is like this social interactual civil war going on amongst people where people are really going to separate themselves, and it's not going to be a good thing. Those kind of things are never good things. But when Trump is what he's doing, harping on our fears and really pitting us against each other, he has no bipartisanship. He doesn't even try to act like he cares about what Democrats think. His entire shtick is to literally pander to the Republicans, and because of that, the senators fell in line, the congressmen fell in line. His favorability amongst Republicans is sky high, so of course they all fell in line. And this is a terrible, 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 terrible predicament we're in. I can't say terrible enough. But to other people out there where you're kind of like unsure like me, I think I hate to say it, like, I mean, we have to fall in line. I mean, we have to vote for Joe Biden. I don't see it any other way, because at this point, our country really can't survive another 4 years of Donald Trump. I mean, think about how the rest of the world, he thinks that we're stronger. I mean, we're scary. He showed that he could go and kill generals if at the drop of a hat. That's scary as fuck. But to say that we're stronger now than ever before, no, we look weak. We look pathetic. We look scared. And I think half of the country is scared. I hope more than half start to wake up. And I mean, the numbers that he's building against himself on unemployment numbers, man, like, that's a good chunk of people. I think, or at least a good amount of them, would definitely vote against him. So something he needs to think about. Something you guys need to think about. I'm not committing my vote for Joe Biden. I'm just saying that leading up to it, I'm going to start looking into it and really paying attention to what he's doing. You know, he's creating task forces. Some people say it's just a show. Yeah, it's a show, but shows have viewers, and we need more people to view the progressive show. And I mean, if they're going to hand us at least a task force, you got to take it and you got to run with it, guys. We can't have this childlike mentality of, we're going to get something, but it's not what I want, so no, we don't want that. No, we want all or nothing. No. I think AOC is doing the right thing too, where she's inching her way into it, and she knows exactly where she needs to be, and she's going to be a very successful congresswoman, hopefully a senator one of these days. I could see that in her future, and possibly the first female president. So I could definitely see that, because she's a smart woman, and I think she definitely lies with, one, equality for women, and then two, just like the Progressive Party. So I think she's going to keep those values, even though she has to do it differently, a different strategic way. So, guys, I want to leave you with that. There's ways to get it done, and I think, especially my generation, I'm 24. We will slowly replace what is known as the baby boomers. Our policies will take over. There's a way to do it, and there's a way to get it done. And as of right now, we just have to get to a sort of like a normalcy. We got to go back to it. We got to go back to something like that, because we can't handle another 4 years of Trump, guys. And to the Republicans that are out there that support Trump, I mean, I wish there was something I could do or say to almost, and just to, like, I don't know, break that trance over you. But I mean, it's there for you, and I mean, it's not going to go away. But I think what you guys need to see is that there are people dying. And remember this, for those of you who support someone like Trump and who's trying to say that maybe the numbers are too high, just remember this, that there are people out there, whether you are directly know them or you've seen them or anything like that, there are people out there who have lost their lives because of COVID-19. Whether it's you've seen it or not, whether it's in your life, it's happening all over the world. It's not some made-up thing by the media. People are dying all over the world, and those people that are dying in a hospital bed alone without their family. You know, some of these people can't even have funerals for their family members who passed away, so they can't have that grieving. It hurts to think about somebody dying alone, scared, as their body's shutting down on them, like they're in a coma or not. But they know right before they get into that coma that they're alone and they can't even have their family around them, which is the hardest thing about it. Less people should have died. So breaks me up every time, guys. Sorry about that. Something to think about, guys, going forward. Again, it's something I'm thinking about. There's practicality in the way you move and the way things function. So don't lose complete faith in the system, and that's about it. So independent insight, guys. Have a good day.